Vice President Kamala Harris and a crowd of her rallygoers mocked and trolled a pair of Christian students last week who protested against her abortion policies at a rally in Wisconsin.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
The two students have stood by their actions, and they accused the vice president of being hostile towards evangelical and Christian voters. Donald Trump later moved to capitalize on this moment during a rally in North Carolina on Monday. He said that at Trump rallies, we don't tell Christians to get lost, and he argued that Harris will be Christians' quote-unquote worst nightmare. Trump has been very keen on ginning up support from evangelical voters, and there have been some indications in polls that his support among that group has softened a bit from prior election cycles. That appears to be driven in part because Trump has moderated a bit on abortion in a bid to broaden his appeal to the general electorate, but that appears to have harmed him with evangelicals just a bit. Now, evangelical voters still remain a pretty key voting bloc ahead of the November 5th election, and I think it is pretty interesting how Harris has responded to this situation. She has been doing a bit of a delicate dance throughout the campaign to refrain from alienating or being off-putting towards different blocks of voters. She's been very keen on avoiding a repeat
of Hillary. Shalom, hit that like button, brothers and sisters. We going in today.
This is the Born of Levi experience on GOCC Media.
Yes. Peace and blessings. Shalom. Peace and blessings, family. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing in the room? Hold on, and make sure everything is going good for you guys. If I'm coming in nice and clear, please, brothers and sisters, put a quam in the chat for me, please. If I'm coming in nice and clear, please put a quam in the chat for me. All praises be to the Most High. Welcome back, brothers and sisters, to the Born of Levi Experience. I am your host, Deacon Hazak, here on GOCC Media. Such a blessing to be before you all. It's such an honor and a privilege to be before you all. I want to give all praises to the Most High, the great I am that I am, and his name is Ahaya in the Hebrew language. And in the name of his Son, our Lord, our Savior, and our King, who the world ignorantly refers to him as Jesus Christ, but we know him as Yeshua the Christ, or Yeshua Mashiach. Right? I had to drop that sound bit just a little bit. Right? But nonetheless, we are here again for another installment of this show. You see the topic of discussion. We have the topic of discussion for you all today, which is called A Godless America. And I had to start the show with y'all girl, Kamala Harris, trolling Christians at her debate. And we're going to talk about it. And that all has, this all has to do with the setup of the Godless America. But that setup has been started way before our time, right? So once again, please hit that like button on your way in. Share this content with all your beautiful brothers and sisters, families and friends, and let's get this topic going, right? And I want to thank you guys once again for coming in so early. Well, early in the afternoon. Some of you guys should be on your lunch breaks. Some of you guys should be doing something. Probably have me in your ears while you're at work, which is good, a good thing. Just don't get caught. I don't want to get nobody in trouble now, all right? I don't want to get nobody into any trouble, man. And if you guys didn't know, right, a new installment of the Hebrew and Bible Academy is on the way, beginning November 10th. November 10th is the new installment of the next Hebrew and Bible Academy. Brothers and sisters, you don't want to miss this. The fall of the last empire. Yes, the fall of the last empire is the theme for the next Hebrew and Bible Academy. So you want to head over to historytimes.org, historytimes.org, and enroll now. It's that simple. But nonetheless, welcome back to the Born of Levi Experience. And we're going to talk about it. I hope you all are great, are doing good, are rested, because guess what? We got more rest coming up. The Shabbat is coming up, and I hope you all are waiting or are ready for the Shabbat to come, right? Like I said, last week was a crazy week. I don't know about for you guys in the areas where you at. I'm pretty sure, they say it's quote unquote flu season, right? So there's some stuff going around, but praise the Most High. I'm feeling better. The family's feeling better. And I hope you all out there are feeling good too. You want to make sure you stay healthy out there, because they're doing everything in their power to not have you healthy. But it's upon you to stay healthy. And as I'm saying that, I'm sipping on my ginger tea. Ginger and lemon, right? It's a topic of discussion. A Godless America. So it's funny that the title is A Godless America. And when you look at, even on the very money that America produces itself, it tells you all the time, in God we trust. So a lot of people used to believe, even I used to believe when I was, a bit younger, that America was built off of the core Christian values. And some people would say yes, some people say no. But what if it never was built off of the core Christian values? Or when I say the core Christian values, the God of all gods being the core of the values. Yeah, they may have some moral benefits, some good things that we could skim off the top. But what about its foundation? The core of its foundation. What was that built on? What was that rooted on? And it's as if the powers, the so-called powers that be, right? It's like they're having a laugh when it comes to how they delivering messages to our people and how they structured this place called America. And I'm only gonna start from as far back as I can remember. You know, being an 80s baby, I could only talk about what I remember from the 90s. And I know some of you older, you know, some of the older ones that's probably tuning in, or who may fall upon this video a little later, you guys could also attest to your upbringing. I would say from as early as the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. I'm going to focus on the 90s. And I want to jump right into it, because I remember growing up as a child in the 90s and having so much great programming on TV. And yes, I'm using the word programming because that's what TV is. It's programming, right? But there was so much great sitcoms that we could fall back to and watch. I know you guys remember it. Let me try to make this screen bigger too, because this screen is a bit small. Give me 1 second. I'm over here using 3 screens. I need this screen to be bigger because I can't really see what y'all chatting. Right? I remember looking forward to days like, or the segment on TV called, I don't know if y'all remember this. I don't remember. I think it was on Channel 7, if you was living in New York. TGIF. Y'all remember that? Put it in the chat if y'all remember TGIF. TGIF. Remember that? Remember that? The jingle that used to come with it. Some of y'all probably like, yo, what is this brother talking about? But those of y'all who know, y'all know. TGIF. Okay, I got some cons in there. All right. I got 100 in there. All right, yeah. It's like you would go to school the whole weekend. You'll go to school the whole week. And then Friday nights, you knew you was going to have some good shows on to watch because it's TGIF. All of the good shows always came on Friday night. Right? Okay, I got my cons in there, so I know a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. I know I'm not crazy. I wasn't in some type of time bubble by myself. Okay, y'all was with me. Right? So I remember TGIF. Right? And we had, let me show you here. We had shows like Family Matters. Y'all remember that? Come on, man. Y'all remember that? Oh, James Bailey says Channel 9 or 5. I think it was either one of those two, because you were a bit older than me, so you probably remember. But I think it was Channel 7. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But we all remember TGIF Fridays. And I'm not talking about the restaurant. Somebody said Channel 39 in Texas. Yo, y'all had Channel 39? But you see, even though y'all was in Texas, y'all still had it. Y'all still had the TGIF. And I remember watching shows like this. Boom. Family Matters, where it's depicting a black family with a mother and a father. They raising their children, and an annoying neighbor or annoying neighbors, right? We got Waldo right here, and we got Steve Urkel, right? This was like the core of 90s sitcoms. It had to involve a family. It had to involve this. and it showed black people. And by the way, the Family Matters, the Winslow's family, their family was based in Chicago. And now look at Chicago now. So this family was based in Chicago, a black family. We had this to look forward to. And what's crazy is if you came from a broken home, you aspired to have this type of family. Am I right or wrong? You aspired to have this type of family coming from broken homes. So this was something to look forward to. Not only that, we had another greatest show in the 90s, excuse me. The Cosby Show. Another depiction of black excellence, black families. Y'all remember that? I'm just only keen on the two that I more so was drawn to. The Cosby Show, right? Family Matters. These were shows that they was giving us to turn around in this day and age and give us this. Love and Hip Hop. Ain't no family in this. We go from Family Matters to Love and Hip Hop. The divas, the black divas, so to speak, whatever you want to call them. Look at them. They're the faces of this. Look, they're the faces. It's to promote them. And I believe this show, look, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Shout out to GOCC Atlanta. Right? I believe this show was created. I believe that this show was created to continue to keep our black woman haughty. Y'all can say what y'all want. That's what I believe. This show was created to keep black women haughty. Look, they're the faces of this thing. All right? We go from that. We go from Family Matters, The Cosby Show, to now this is the new sitcoms, or, well, it's not even a sitcom. It's called reality TV. Not only that, in the early 90s, we had music boy bands like Boys to Men. Remember the music back then? This is the music and the TV shows that kind of shaped, the adults of today's world. Now we have Boys to Men, like the iconic album Evolution. Remember this? Y'all remember this album cover? Y'all remember this? We have Boys to Men. Great music in the early 90s. For them to turn around and now give us this. Little Nas X with a perm. A perm and with a perm and a beard. This is and this is what our children have to look at now. We went from looking at stuff like this, having shows like this, good memories like this, sitting around the TV, to having to sit around the TV and watch this. We had memories of playing Boys to Men albums like this, to now watch a boy play dress up like this. Look at this guy. Not too long ago, he made that video where he slid into hell on a pole. I can't believe I'm saying this. He slid into hell on a pole and gave Satan a lap dance. This is what they're giving us. We went from music sensation talent like Whitney Houston. I mean, the talent from this sister is unmatched even to this day. I'm sorry. Her vocal range was on another level. We went to having Whitney Houston, one of the best vocalists of our generation, of our time, for them to turn around and give us this? Sexy Red? Big Sexy. This is what our daughters now have to look at. So is America really going godless? Or has it already been godless? That's the question. Y'all can answer that if y'all want. Is America going godless? Or has America already been godless from its inception? Let's do this. Hit that like button, brothers and sisters. We gotta talk about this, man. This is the future for our children. Sexy Red in them. Is and it's oh, what did I do here? How do I get it to the next screen? All right, give me 1 second. Right? Oh no. I have to have it mirror it. All right. Here we go. I got to pull up this scripture so you guys could see it as well too. Let me disconnect this screen because it's not allowing me to. 1 second, brothers and sisters. Is my video frozen? Okay, stop sharing. All right. Give me 1 second, brothers and sisters. Let me get this out the way. All right, good. No. All right. I got you right here. All right. So now let me pull up this scripture. I'm using all these screens. I'm forgetting how to use all these screens. So let's go to. I have to read this. I have to read this scripture. I'm going to the book of Daniel. Daniel chapter 7. Why is it still on Sexy Red? She shouldn't even be there. 1 second. One second, brothers and sisters. Get you out the way. Put you here. Okay, all right, this thing is frozen. Give me 1 second, brothers and sisters. Let me fix this. All right, for time's sake, I'm gonna, because there's actually something that I want to show y'all as far as the Strong's concordance for a certain word. But let me read it for you for the sake of time while I figure this thing out. Right? So I'm in Daniel's chapter 7, verse 23. And once I figure this thing out, I'll put it back on the screen because there's something that I want to show y'all according to the word. So In Daniel chapter 7, verse 23, y'all can follow along with me if you have your Bibles, which I hope you all should have with you all. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, still doing the same thing. All right. So Daniel chapter 7, verse 23. It says, thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. So we understand that this fourth kingdom would be nothing like was ever seen on this earth. And we understand that America is this fourth kingdom. Well, it's the part of this fourth kingdom. The fourth beast, which is Rome, and Rome ruling through America. Right? Now listen to this. Verse 24, it says, and the 10 horns out of this kingdom. You see that? There was 10 kingdoms of Rome, right? So it says, and the 10 horns out of out of this kingdom. I'm sorry, the 10 kingdoms is the EU, the European Union, right? Are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them, which is that little horn. And it says, and he shall be diverse from the first, and shall subdue 3 kings. Now listen to this. Verse 25 is what I really want you guys to read and understand. Let me get that here for you. Verse 25, it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. So now when I ask that question, is America turning godless, or was it godless from its inception? We understand through scripture, America was godless since its inception. Yeah, they may have given us a few good things and some things to fall back onto and to watch on TV and to make us feel like this is a family country. Yeah, they did that. But it's nothing for them to just pull the plug like they're doing right now. Right? He said, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. So this kingdom will speak against the God of all gods. This is why I played that video in the beginning with Kamala Harris, mocking the Christian voters. I hope they're not voters anymore. I mean, it was up to them. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna denounce my God and still try to get my vote if I was to vote, right? But anyways, so it says this kingdom will speak great words against the Most High. This kingdom has nothing to do with the God of all gods, because they're not getting their power, so to speak, from the God of all gods. The Most High God is allowing this kingdom to rule for a space, but they don't draw their strength from the God of all God. This is why in the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25, it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. You see? And shall wear out the saints of the Most High. You see that? It says, and wear out the saints of the Most High. Pay attention to that word. And think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hands until a time and times and dividing of times. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it until the end. So this place will be destroyed. Right? And it says, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Who's the him? Who's the him that they will serve and obey. The same him that Kamala Harris was denouncing at her rally. Okay? Let me play it again. Let me play it again. I don't know why this thing keeps on coming. It's just showing the sexy red. Let me see if it's showing on y'all screen. Yeah, it's just frozen on that. Let me fix this real quick. Because I got to get this working. This is not like we had enough seeing her already. we had enough. Let me take care of this. We had enough seeing her. I'm done seeing her. Give me 1 second. I got to get rid of this. Give me 1 second. This thing is gonna ruin the whole show. Here you go. All right. Yes. Okay. Now let me do this. This is why I need like a tech engineer with me while I'm doing this thing, because like it's getting out of control. All right. So we're doing this. Boom. Let me resize this. It's too much going on. Oh, I see what's going on. Give me 1 second, brothers. This is bad. This is bad for the show. Let me stop all the screen mirroring. Okay. This should do it now. You just got my face. You know what? I'll come back to that. I do apologize for that, because this thing is giving me a hard time. It's like the devil know that I'm trying to pull out some heat. I'm trying to pull out some heat right now. And this thing is acting up. All right. So look, let me do this. Let me do this real quick. And y'all know I'm pressed for time. Let me do this. Oh, okay. I see you. All right. Here it goes. All right. We getting there. We getting there. We getting there, brothers and sisters. You know what? I'm gonna just turn this one off. That should work. I'll just turn that screen off. Me trying to be fancy and all of that. All right, so now this is why Kamala Harris, let me just play the sound bit, could say what she's saying. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio. Can you guys hear the audio? No audio. Can you guys hear the audio? No audio. Okay. All right. Now let's start this over.
Last week,
okay. Now y'all can hear this, right?
Policies at a rally in Wisconsin.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
Now, the two students have stood by their actions, and they...
So basically what happened, for those of you guys who don't know what happened, two students screamed at her rally, Jesus is Lord. And she replied to them by saying, you guys are at the wrong rally. So if you can accept Jesus as Lord at your rally. Who is your Lord then? And we just read that they will wear out the saints of the Most High and speak high things. I'm going to read it again. Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hands. So now, I gotta show y'all this, and I'm mad at myself right now that this is happening. I want to show you in the Strongs for where the word wore out or wear out is. Let me fix it for you real quick. I have to show y'all this so y'all could understand when the Most High said that they will wear out the saints of the Most High. How would they do that? Would it be a physical slave bondage? What would that look like? And I'm gonna show y'all right now. So we got the two display. All right, good. Let me see something here. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this thing. I have to fix this thing. I'm determined. Okay? I am determined to fix this thing. Okay. All right, now we back in business. We are back in business. I just had to turn off that other thing now. All right. So now I have to show y'all this. When you see here, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Now look at the word here in the Strong's Concordance in the Hebrew for the word wear out, right? So here's the Strong's. Let me move my face out the way so you guys could see it. You see the Strong's here for the word wear out. The Hebrew word that's there is belah. It says corresponding to, and it's this Hebrew word right here, belah. But let me go back. And it says used only in a mental sense. Y'all see that? Used in a mental sense to afflict and wear out. So it's showing us, brothers and sisters, that this kingdom, this fourth beast that we're living in, will have the ability to wear out the saints mentally. So we understand that this fight that we're fighting against is all up here, is a mental game. Because none of it is real. Everything is up here. So everything that they've done to our people has been strategically done to mentally wear us out to the point where we become non-believers, to the point where we just give up and be like, yo, you know what? I might as well just walk on the wild side. Y'all don't believe me. That's what this kingdom is able to do. And how are they able to do that? Through media, right? Entertainment, right? It was like a bait and switch. Like we went from what we was the wholesome shows that we was getting in the 80s and 90s to what we're getting now. It's a mental game. The schooling program, and y'all don't believe me. All right. Let's go here now. They will think to wear out the saints of the Most High. Right? So now, let me get her out the way. We already know she's not for our God. So, and if there's any if there's any Christians out there who's watching this, and you're pro Kamala because she's a black woman, that so-called black woman don't believe in your black Christ or Christ, period. whatever Christ you think he is, right? But let me go here now. Not my videos. 1 second. Now, I want to show y'all this. Let me show y'all how they would think to wear out the saints of the Most High. Let me give y'all one example. And remember, I told you, it's a mental game, right? It's all a mental game. So I've seen this, what is this? Yeah, I've seen this, this on YouTube, right? Black Christians versus black atheists. Like, why is that even a topic? I'm still trying to figure out why is that a topic. And wait till I show y'all the host. So this, in this segment right here, is as a black person, black people always assume that I'm a Christian. So let's
back to the conversation.
As a black person, people always assume that I'm Christian.
And look at the host. Like I said, I don't have a problem with any race of people. I love all people. That's just me, right? Until you show me otherwise, then, you know, I'll have to rethink my stance on how I view you. But this person right here, clearly of Asian descent, and he's like as if he's really curious or he really cares about what's going on in the black community. He's like, you know, he's hosting, or he's moderating, I should say, a debate between black people and black Christians and black atheists. Why don't you, why don't you do a show with Asians? Let's get the Asian sentiment. Why are you using black people? But, you know, is just as Deuteronomy 28 tells us, we are a spectacle. So people always are amazed and want to see and hear, you know, what's coming from us. But let's listen to this. And here's an example of what it looks like to be worn out by this place that we live in. Let me play it back.
That's really back to the conversation.
As a black person, people always assume that I'm Christian.
That's really
It's like, oh, God bless you. Have a great day. And I'm like, oh, bless you.
Coco, the black atheist.
Your heart. No.
And as you can see, she's sporting what? The upside down cross, which is occultish. Now, I wouldn't say occultish. It's from the occult. It's dark. This is a sign of disrespect towards Christians. The upside down cross, right here. So I could assume just by her sporting this and making sure she show it to let people know, like, yeah, this is the type of time I'm on. I can only take a stance and say she's a witch. She's a part of the dark arts. She dabbles into witchcraft.
Just keep your religion to yourself. It's just a lack of your own personal.
Look, the signs don't the signs don't miss. Dressing all black, black boots, black everything, upside down pentagram, buzz cut. Like, come on. You be dabbling in the dark arts. But she's been worn out.
A bubble, right? You're in your own space. You are thinking that everyone is thinking in accordance to the way that you are. So you need to start expanding your bubble by asking questions, engaging in conversation, and then allowing other people to come in and have a conversation with you as well.
So I live in the Bible Belt in Atlanta, Georgia, and I often get that I look familiar. I have a
Here go Georgia again. There's something special about Georgia, man.
familiar face, and especially from other black women. And almost the follow-up question is, have I seen you in church? Because that's where I spend all my time. And one of the number one questions in the South is, what church do you go to? Not even that whether you're a believer or not. It is, the default is, what church do you go to? And that is because, even according to research, the majority of the Black community is Christian and religious, especially in areas of the South where Christianity is extremely prevalent, and that's all that is within their circle, like you said, the bubble. So it is assumed that everyone thinks the same.
Yeah, to add to that, my father is actually a pastor. And
Look at that. His father is a pastor. And I believe the only reason why they turned from Christianity is because of their own personal experiences, people that they've also met, and just living in the so-called land of the free, the land of what they call of opportunity, right? You could do what you want. You could be who you want. Mind you, we're living in a godless country. So, of course, this country wouldn't mainly push a God that it's against, and it will trickle down to those without any knowledge, which is our people.
And in Texas right now, in the Bible Belt. And whenever I just converse with a Black person, it's always, God bless you. Oh, I'll pray for you. It's always it's always a religious undertone under our conversation.
And here's another thing too. And this is how you know that Black, like the word Black atheist or atheism was never a thing amongst Black people. Like every time they gotta, like, if they gotta put a term on us and they gotta put the word Black before it, it's like they're showing you that this is not a norm right here. It's not the norm. Black atheist. Why not just say atheist? Why does your skin color have to matter if you believe in a God or not? They call us Black Hebrew Israelites. There's no such thing as Black Hebrew Israelites. It's Hebrew Israelites. Why you're putting a negative spin on it by saying Black? You guys never noticed that? Why not just say atheist? Because if there was white atheists there, they would never say white atheist. They would just say atheist. But because it's our people there, they got to put Black atheists there, showing you that that's not a norm. So them sitting here is they're just trying to justify themselves as why they're atheists. And of course, they get a lot of backlash because it's not the norm for Black people to be atheists. So somewhere along the lines of where they, when they were coming up, this place was able to wear them out into believing that there is, having them think that there is no God.
Conversations.
And it's crazy because his father is a pastor, so he grew up in the church, so he know.
Tell people I'm atheist right away, just so I can just keep the peace, because there's just a good 90% of us are religious, not even Christians, Muslims, or things like that. And when I say I'm an atheist or something like that, some people shun me. They'll just say, "Oh, I'll pray for you," or I feel bad for you, kind of vibe sometimes. And
so do you get that mostly in between Black people, or other races say that to you as well?
It's majority
Mostly
black people.
Yes, mostly Black.
Do you guys find it like an offensive stereotype, or is it more so just like?
Well, I think that it goes back to the last question, and it goes back to how the Black church has shaped our culture, right? I believe that during the civil rights era, of course, you had almost every single civil rights leader being Christian. There's tons of gospel music in the hip hop, Kanye, Chance the Rapper, you know what I'm saying?
So the question is, if we understand that the Black churches shaped Black culture, what was so wrong with the culture? Because compare the culture of us going to church in the early times or during the civil rights movement compared to Black culture now. Which culture on paper and by the looks of it looks better? And I could tell you 9 out of 9 or 10 out of 10 times, the civil rights culture or Black culture looks better than our culture that we have today. Because what are we doing as a black race? That's the question. So the question is, why did we walk away from the Christian culture if we was going to end up where we at right now? Just look at our neighborhoods, look at our youth, look at politics, look at everything when it comes to black people. Look at our programming, the TV shows that we sponsor or we are into. Look at, you know what I'm saying? Look at the schooling for our children, what we allow our children to learn as black people. So now the question is, was it a good thing that we walked away from Christian culture? Or did it set us back 200 years? Or even worse?
Constantly sampling it. So I think that within black culture, you kind of cannot escape it.
All right, so those were the 4 atheists that's on the show, right? But I believe that these people are just hurt people. They're hurt. They've been through so much in this on this side of the earth that they feel that they believe that there is no God. I want to show this. And you see, and it's not like they don't know. I want to show this. Look at this part right here. Why does this keep on happening? Right here.
Inherently racist.
So now the next question is Christianity inherently...
Christianity is inherently racist.
Christianity is inherently racist.
Your child needs these 3 key factors to get into.
No, we don't need that. Right? Let me just skip you, get you out the way.
Reading the story's summary, I learned how researchers are predicting a significant decline.
Christianity is inherently racist.
I look at it from a legal perspective as Christianity, as it was built into law in the United States to classify the enslaved captives that came over, that were brought over, transported over from the continent of Africa, and used to justify the enslavement as well as the mistreatment of darker skinned people, using the curse of Ham that is in the Bible, even though
a regular person does not know that. Right? A regular person would not know that. How does she know about the curse of Ham? That means she's been through some level of teaching when it comes to Christianity. Right? Even the other girl. Wow, you gonna see. Let it play.
So the description of Jesus himself was not white as is depicted in popular culture. But the Christianity as we know it today and the distinct differences between certain non-black people and black folks and other people of color and the conditions of our community certainly imply that it is racist.
Even within the Old Testament, you're looking at these different groups.
She was taught wrong. That's the reason why. That's the reason why she walked away from Christianity. You see, if she was taught correctly, she would know that she's not from Ham. We're not Hamites. And here's another thing. All of the sons of Ham was not, or all of the seed of Ham was not cursed. Only the seed of Canaan was cursed. Canaan was cursed. So not all Ham was cursed. But she wouldn't know that because she was taught wrong. So somewhere along the way, she was lied to. And it goes back to the scripture we read earlier. They will speak great things about, against the Most High. That's part of speaking the great things. Teaching false doctrine, which is lies. That's speaking great things against the Most High. That was all part of the plan. But let me continue.
Groups of people, different tribes going to war with one another, and even, saying that my God wants you to be completely snuffed out.
How does she know that? Again, so it seems like she knows biblical history, but she was taught biblical history very wrong. There was a reason why those nations had to be set apart. There's a reason why those nations had to be eradicated. But had she learned that, she wouldn't feel like, oh, nah, this God is a racist God, or he's not a just God. She was also taught wrong.
So yeah, it's always been wielded in a way that's been inherently racist.
See? So their stance is Christianity has been wielded in a way where it's inherently racist. All from false theology. All from false dogma. False teachings. This was all done to create a godless society. And as you can see, look, that was just only 4 people on the panel that we've seen that call themselves atheists. Can you imagine how many more people of our people who've walked away from God completely and is in the world and could care less? I'm not going to play the rest of this video anymore because they're saying that this is someone else's video, but I'm just using it as educational purposes only. It's not my video. I'm not making no money off of that video, just to let it be out there, right? So now, I got more for you guys. Right? So, this one, oh man. This one right here, oh man. I'll just put it on the screen for you. Trans woman versus biological woman. Heated debate. So there's apparently some type of heated debate between trans woman and biological women. Matter of fact, I don't even know how this is a debate. How can you debate something that you're not? I don't care what you call yourself. I don't care what you say you think you are in your mind. What I know you have is a mental disorder. But you're not going to call it that. You're going to say that I'm transphobic. But let's look at this. So I don't understand how a nation that is so-called built off of Christian values would allow this in their nation. But this is how the signs are all around us. That's showing us that this place from its inception was never built off of core Christian values, off of God. And I believe that they had to do it this way because had they did it like this sooner, because like I believe that we're according to the Most High, we're living in the time of the stupor, where a lot of people will lose a lot of natural senses, things that should naturally make sense, things that should naturally be viewed as right and wrong. We're living in a time where people are like on some, they're just, nah, you could do what you want to do. Nah, who says you have to go left? You could go right all the time. Like, I'm just making that up in my mind, but I'm just saying that's the extremes that we live in amongst these people. If you feel like you're a cat, just be a cat. Right? If you feel like, you can fly, you fly. Just do what you want to do. Stop. Don't let your imagination hold you back. This is the time we're living in. So I believe if they tried to roll this out, what we're seeing right now, earlier, I would say in the early 90s, early 80s, 70s, there would be a major pushback. There would be a major pushback. But this was done so strategic. They incrementally demoralized society to where we could accept a debate like this. This is non-debatable. What am I debating? But they have dumbed down society so strategically, incrementally, to the point where all morality there's no such thing as moral or morality. Your morality your definition of morality does not affect my life, basically, what they're saying. Morals, who says your morals is right morals? That's what the Satanists are doing now. Like, that's what they're able to do. They're able to convince normal people, regular people, that knows right from wrong, that no, you was taught wrong. This is right. What you think was wrong is actually right. And they've convinced millions of people to think like this. And I believe that the earth or this generation is primed for that because they've been demoralized up until this point. But let's take a look at this. Oh, sorry. Where I wanted to get. Listen to this. Fair use, all that too. Fair use, okay?
Video.
Fuck is gonna stand up for us.
Oh, hold on. She says a lot of profanity in this one, so I'm gonna skim past a lot of the profanity. She was basically, a lot of people know who that is. Her name is Jess Hilarious. She's a comedian, but she was basically reacting to what somebody said to her. So, you know, they're making it seem like she just came out of nowhere and said this. Somebody targeted her, and then she said what she said. But I want to go past what she was saying because she used a lot of profanity. I don't feel like going through that.
Something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be there.
I thought it was actually longer than that. Obviously, this was, a very controversial topic on the internet. And I want to start on this side. What was your initial thoughts of when y'all seen that video with Just Hilarious? What did you think of it?
I was mortified. Not only was I mortified, but I was disgusted because...
All right, so I'm still trying to figure out, is this one is I know this one for sure. This one is a man. Like, you got the face of a linebacker. Like, there's no softness in your face at all. I know you're a man. But I think this is her friend, I think. And if this one is a man too, then this is it's getting crazy because I couldn't tell. But I think this is a woman right here, right? This is a female, but this is her friend, and this is the trans person right here, the man right here.
You don't speak like that. I just feel as if tolerance should be taught, not only in the household, but also in schools, because there are multiple social settings where you could be around someone whom you have potential to offend with your words. And I feel like the route that she chose to take.
All right.
Well, we want to be women, but like, we don't care about bleeding. We don't want that shit. We don't want to go through that pain. Like,
I mean, you got the face of a heavyweight boxer. Like, everything about you screams masculinity. Like, you got the face of a warrior. And you talking. All right, let me stop, man.
See ourselves as women just like guys see us as women, so.
You said like how guys see her as women?
Yes.
Okay. What's your thoughts on this?
That was a response video, right? Because initially there was a trans woman that said, you women don't get.
Look, I got it all.
All right.
But like,
here it is.
Most important.
I think they asked it what is the definition of a woman, right? So let's get it.
Work, I got it all. But like, most important, being a woman is, you have to be strong to live this lifestyle. Like, this lifestyle, you go through a lot. People don't like you. People want to kill you. You really go through a lot with this lifestyle. It's like, you really have, I see that women are strong. Like, of course, they carry babies for 9 months and stuff. We can't do that. Yeah, but like, women are strong. When you really look at women, and if you want to be a woman, you have to be, your mindset has.
Now, what? Like, how can a man, any man, sit back and say what it is to be a woman? Like, I could never understand. I could never know what that is. But this is how you know it's a disorder.
Have to be strong like that.
So does it mean that when you dress like a woman, that makes you a woman?
No. Just because you dress like a woman don't mean you are a woman.
That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, when you say I feel like a woman.
You have to have the mentality. Like, me personally, I have the mentality, like, I've been trans for like 4 years now. So it's like, I'm still fresh, but not fresh. But like, me, I feel like a woman every day.
So this heavyweight been as a woman for 4 years. So is 4 years enough to say you understand what it is to be a woman?
Wake up, I feel like a woman. I see myself. I know I look like a woman. I know this is who I want to be. I don't want to be nobody else but this.
So was it like when you were young, you didn't relate to like boy things and you wanted to do girl things, and that made you start feeling like that?
Yeah, and then plus I was brought up in the house like I was the only boy there. The rest, everybody else was girls. And I was like always doing girl stuff. Yeah, I had boy toys, but I didn't want to play boys because I wanted to play with dolls. I wanted to do girl stuff. But like once I got like older and I like saw things, started talking to people, it made me feel more comfortable.
Do you think that growing up in a house with all females influenced that?
I feel like.
So apparently this person was also worn out by this place. Okay? Somebody abused this person. And you heard what he said. He was brought up in a house. He was the only boy. And someone convinced him that he was a girl, right? There was something but there's a part that I wanted to get. Right here. But this is how you know society is done, man. They could roll out things like this, and this is a discussion. God is not in this picture.
You're not, I don't consider it real womanhood, because there's things that you would never feel as a trans woman that I feel as a woman outside of a period. You know, it's just biological things that just happen to our bodies, certain hormones that we have, just ways that my body react when I'm with my man, just the way that I think is just so many different things that you will never experience. So to say that I'm a real woman too, I can't buy into that.
Sorry.
What other things do women experience that we don't experience besides birth and periods?
When I'm with my husband, the way my vagina gets wet.
Okay.
How
I didn't know she was gonna go there with that. But yeah. So she's basically defending herself and saying there's no way you could feel like a woman, because you're not gonna feel like how I feel when I'm with my spouse. Right? And she's just going down. She's just going down, right? But this is a conversation, y'all. This is where we at in the world, and you can see the moral fabric, fabric of the black community is completely destroyed, completely. Let me see something here. Right? Give me 1 second. Completely destroyed. Let me do this here for y'all. Oh, that's why. Okay. All right, I'll do that later. But yeah, completely destroyed. Where we could have conversations come on, man. Let me get something else. I think I had one more video to show y'all. And this matter of fact, this video right here. This video was actually sent to me today too. Welcome back. Shout out to my Agnes, brother Nazar, who sent this to me. And this was really an interesting debate. This was another debate. So basically, in this debate, let me see if I can get it here. In this debate, let me get this. Make sure the ad get out the way first. Right. So, in this debate, these two men are debating. Right. So basically, Anton silences. So this man right here, his name is Anton. Silences fake dating coach, and he loses it. So this is the dating coach. I don't know if some of you guys must have seen this guy on YouTube or Instagram. I think he goes by the name of Yada. I think I know somebody in the chat knows who he is. Yeah, thank you. He goes by the name of Yada. And he's big on putting women on a pedestal and making sure your woman has money and which you should take care of your woman, whatever the case is. But he goes to an extreme. So this debate right now, what they're debating is the one on the left right here. He's saying that he would never suggest a man or a man to take on a person who already is coming with children, and vice versa. And he's saying it's okay to do so. And this guy on the right, he's just giving bad advice as far as what people should do in their relationships. But let me play some of it. I want to get the part that I was like, yo, what?
Join a gang. You're more likely to need therapy. You're less likely to be successful.
Hold on.
And never lower your value, regard.
Well, that's just wrong. Mr. Sleeping Yoda, did you just say that you do not lose value after having a child?
Not dropped because you have, man, especially if he doesn't have children, he can learn how to father through this.
What the hell?
So ladies, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Men, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Some of you, or some of us, me included, weren't taught how to properly wait until marriage to have children. So
I could agree with that part right there where he said, yes, a lot of us was not taught to the degree to wait until marriage. And a lot of us was not taught to not have, basically to just wait before marriage, to just wait. And a lot of us made mistakes. But does that mean that you didn't lose value because of those mistakes? We gotta be honest now.
I'm speaking to the brothers that's trying to figure it out by themselves. I'm speaking to the women that's trying to figure out by themselves. Love yourself.
Love yourself. Like what kind of advice is that? Love yourself. That self-love, self-healing type. That to me, that sounds like some Buddhist, Hinduism type philosophy where you're channeling your inner self. I don't want to hear that garbage. Of course, yeah, you gotta love. Somebody have to love. You have to love yourself, but don't use that to say listen, it's all about you, okay? Love you. Do you. That's when I hear that, that's what comes to my mind. I'm just hearing some lady in the background say, do you, boo-boo, just do you. That's what I'm hearing in my head. I don't want to, like, what? That's a mindset of destruction right there. Or towards destruction.
Well, that's just wrong. Mr. Sleeping Yoda, did you just say that you do not lose value after having a child? That's the most retarded thing I have ever heard. Like, not ever heard, but it's up there. It's up there at least. That's like saying a pair of steel-toe boots. Steel-toe boots that supposed to protect your toes from dropping things on it. Like, it has a reason. Steel-toe boots, real reason. But if this steel-toe boots have had another stank man's feet in it, you're now saying these steel-toe boots did not lose value. I'm not saying women don't have other values than their body and children. They have other values, but it still changes the fact that some other stank man put his feet in those steel-toe boots. Those steel-toe boots lost value.
And never lower your value, regardless if you had children or not. Excuse me.
There you have it. We 100% disagree on this one.
Okay.
The previous two, we had some overlap and we had some agreements. This one we don't. I like to get to the core root of the problem. And I think that what we do as a culture and as a society is we enable bad behavior by saying that it's okay. And it's not. It's not. The person that you have children with, the person that you have sex with, that's your husband, that's your wife. Before any of these Western modern laws that then incentivize people to get married, the person that you opened up your legs to was your husband. And so we have too many broken homes, and we're trying to puzzle this thing and Tetris it together to justify that it makes sense. Now, is there circumstances, because I'm never going to speak on somebody else's situation. I speak in general. I don't know him. I would never speak on his children or his wife. That has nothing to do with me. I appreciate that, brother. Right? So I have the utmost respect for him and his family.
Thank you.
So I'm just speaking in general. All right? So I want to make sure that I preface that because I don't want there to be any attacks. Right?
Understood.
But my point is that we need to get back to the core and the root, because if you removed the safety net, people would be more accountable for the things that they did and who they opened up their legs to. Right now, more.
You see? And that's I agree with that wholeheartedly, because now no one is taking accountability for the actions that they're doing. No one is taking accountability. Like, and we all know, and especially those of us who grew up in Christian households like myself, right? Or just understanding life. Almost everybody knew it was wrong to have children out of wedlock. It's like you did not need someone to tell you it was wrong. You knew it was wrong, right? Being in high school or junior high school, you walking through the halls and you see a girl in there pregnant in junior high school and high school. We all knew that was not right. We're all kids. So where have we come from, or gone, or how have we gone so far away from understanding that having a child before marriage is not wrong anymore? How does that equate to just being okay? It's just something that we just do now. Huh? So I agree with that. There has to be a level of accountability to the person that's doing what's wrong.
More than ever, there's a pandemic, an epidemic of women celebrating women having children out of wedlock.
You hear what he said? There's a pandemic, oh my gosh, or an epidemic of women having children, or women celebrating women that's having children out of wedlock. And I agree with that 100%. And you know what that looked like for me? Or you know what that looks like? Baby showers. Baby showers. Baby showers have now become the new wedding ceremony without the wedding. or I should say the wedding receptions without the wedding. That's what it has become. When you actually step back and look at what a baby shower is, when you're showering somebody because it's a blessing that the baby is coming into this world. It's a blessing. But now how that baby came into this world is now where my issue stems from. You got the big chair in the front, the balloons, all the decorations. Yeah, she walking in, everybody taking pictures. They parading her around. She's sitting in the front like she did something spectacular. No, what you did was have a child before marriage, and we're grandizing that. And I was talking to my wife about this, and this is my personal stance. I don't know about anybody else, but this is my personal stance that I had to tell her because she had a family member, and she probably gonna be upset I'm saying this, but listen, she had a family member or a friend, not a family, a close friend of hers who invited us to a baby shower. The first thing that I ask is, are they married? No. So I'm not going. You can't find me there. The reason why you're not going to find me there is because if I go to that baby shower, it's going to be as if I'm okaying the action of why that baby is there now. I'm not, and I'm at the point in my walk where I'm not here to please people. I'm walking a straight line. I'm gonna try to walk it as best as I can, but I'm not gonna bend my morality because I want to, just to show face. I can't do that because my conscience won't let me sleep at night. So I told her, and I told other people too, as well too. I will not support baby showers of unmarried couples ever again. And I can't remember the last time I went to a baby shower. All of the baby showers I've been to was baby showers of the people in the church. Praise the Most High. Righteous baby showers, babies coming into this world righteously. But I'm not going to support baby showers of people who just shacking up. And y'all did everything the wrong way, but y'all want to be celebrated as if y'all some kind of happy family. I'm not doing it. That's my stance. And no one can make me go against that stance because we are supposed to be promoting families, the image of a family, right? The institution of family and marriage the way it was instituted in the scripture. So that's just my stance on it. And we have this, like the brother just said, we have this epidemic or this pandemic of women just want to glorify or celebrate women having children out of wedlock. And that's a baby shower. You can't do that. I understand, yeah, it's going to be tough. Yeah, we can help you out. You need help, you need Pampers, I got you. You need wipes, okay, I'm going to look out for you. But I'm not going to celebrate something that is not deemed to be celebrated because back then it was frowned upon. And I bet you if I speak to your parents, if I sit down and talk to your parents, they're going to tell me they're not okay with you having a child right now or the way you having a child. So I can't support that. So I agree with this brother. And, this whole conversation was great. Matter of fact, let me play some more about it. Let me play some more because it was really good. I'm sorry. That's just my stance only, guys. He said, we gotta put an end, and the reason why I'm saying is, let me go back here, right? We gotta put an end to just excusing unrighteousness. We gotta make unrighteousness feel uncomfortable, right? And I'm not saying that we gotta shame people, but we have to take a stance as righteous people and to show righteousness and to encourage people to do things righteously. You don't get the song and dance and the balloons and the parade for something that you did that was wrong, in error. That's not how it works. It don't work like that. You got to put in the time, you got to put in the work, and then you get celebrated. And that's how we have to approach all of these situations. You think Christ will be walking into a baby shower with these people having children in wedlock? You think Christ will be doing that? Come on, man. So we gotta, as real Christians, real Christ believers, we have to make a stance, right?
therapy. You're less likely to be successful when it comes to future relationships. You're less likely to become a millionaire and earn as much. You're more likely to have debt as a result of student loan debt and things and so on and so forth. And so if we gonna solve for this problem as a culture, we have to remove the incentives for people to think that it's okay to have families outside of the covenant that God has ordained for us to have. Now,
10 out of 10 what he just said. If we're gonna bring back the culture and have a good black culture of people, we cannot incentivize what people are doing wrong. And I'm so happy that this brother sees it the way I see it. We can't. It's just unacceptable. It's not acceptable. And I'm so happy that he said it that way. So we need to stop incentivizing bad behavior. Come on, man.
Do circumstances happen? Absolutely. But it absolutely does not. That is not the majority. Most people are intentional. And let me address something else that he said. By the time that we are able to bust one, we know what's right and wrong.
Right.
You know that you should not be having children out of wedlock.
Exactly.
This is not something that we have to discover. At a very basic level, we know better. And that's why I can speak to men when I say the majority of men, especially black men, do not have children out of wedlock. That is a small minority of men that is populating the majority of these women, and we don't really want to hold them accountable because we know that women are the biggest consumers. And so again, I'm not here to make people feel good. I'm here to tell them the truth. No, I do not think that a man needs to practice becoming a father to a child that's not his and trying to figure it out to negotiate and work with another man that wants to probably at some point participate in this child's life because it is a zero-sum game. And I know so many people that regret the day that they ever decided to get into a relationship with a woman that then ultimately should have went back to her child's father. Go back to your child's father and work it out. Because that's the person that you created the covenant with. That's the person that you married according to God's law. Go fix it. That's what you need to do.
Ryan Reynolds here. I gotta find this brother. I wonder if he's an Israelite or something. He's using words like God's covenant and creation. Like, come on, brother. You know something. After this, when I have this time, I'm gonna look for his YouTube page or Instagram. But yeah, man, what he said was point, man, was very, very point. But the other brother, I gotta show you both sides because I gotta wrap this up soon. I want to show y'all both sides of what the other brother was saying, right? Because I'm still trying to figure out what type of advice was he trying to give off? Dang, where was I? Right here, I think.
From a place of being raised by mother and father. But you have so many women that never seen their father. They've never known that a woman should get married before they have children.
They did know.
Hold on, bro. Let me speak. Because majority of young girls are they're starting to lose their virginities at very young ages as children, looking to replace that feeling of not having a father. They just want to feel some form of masculine love. So if this child made a mistake at 15 or made a mistake at 16 by sleeping with the wrong man that promised her the world, oh baby, I love you. Oh baby, I'm thankful for you. Oh baby, I'll never leave you. And she got into this woman's head because, like you said, fathers should know and teach their daughters right for wrong. You do agree, correct? Mm-hmm. So if the father isn't there and she's running behind a masculine energy and this man is saying, I love you, I'll never leave you, I'll never cheat on you, and she falls in love with this man now saying, I want your body. If you love me, let me get your body. She doesn't know right for wrong because she didn't see no man growing up. Now she gives this man the body. Mm-hmm. Now a child is born.
He not buying it.
You liar! There you go, right there. He brought up the anomaly. That's what you just did. Sleeping Yoda. Do not bring up the anomaly in this discussion.
So basically, that is an anomaly because not every young sister is going out there and giving their bodies up and getting pregnant. Like, it's only a few. But there is a point where he said, you know, us as, you know, as a black culture, we have daddy issues. So a lot of our young sisters do end up on the wrong side chasing daddy. But at the end of the day, it still does not escape from two things. The core, which is the structure of the family. If the structure of the family was there, that child would not be a potential mother or father before their time. And two, we all know that having a child before you got married was wrong. Like, no one is going to take that from my from my ideology. Every young person knows if you have a child before you got married, you did something wrong. So we can't escape that, right? So that's it on that. Yeah, you know, you guys should go and watch that on your own. Let me see. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat for y'all. I'll put the link in the chat for y'all so y'all could go and watch that yourselves. Great conversation there, though. Really a great conversation. All right. So now, but I wanted to pull up this before I wrap things up. Before we wrap things up, I gotta wrap it up with the words of the Most High and see what the Most High thinks about this godless society. Right? But I appreciate you guys coming in as well, too. Continue to hit that like button, brothers and sisters. I hope y'all enjoying this show. Man, I'm fired up, and I'm about to go to work, and I'm be thinking about this broadcast. And I know there's so much that could be added to this conversation, but for the sake of time and the lack thereof, you know, it has to be this way, because there's so much more I could have pulled up, man, on this conversation. But you know, it is what it is for now. But we go into the book of Romans. We go into the book of Romans chapter 1. We're going to start at verse 18, right? And I'm going to try to do this in a timely fashion, right? Try to do this in a timely fashion. Yes, sex before marriage is wrong, but so is abortion after they try to cover that shame. Exactly. So as a parent that you know you've done something wrong, because why would you want to delete what you created? You did that. Right on. Right? So a lot of people, like I said, young people know. It's not like they not, like that dude, what's his name? Yada? He tried to use that as if people don't know or young people are not aware of what they're doing. Come on, man. We all were there before. We all were younger. We all understand. Young people who's watching this, y'all understand right from wrong. So it's not the fact that you didn't have mommy or daddy in the house, you didn't know this was wrong. You may be searching for something, but that doesn't mean you don't understand that it's right or wrong. You know what's right from wrong. You come up in that house with a baby in your stomach, you know you did something wrong. So what? Like, come on. What are we doing here? Let me put my face out the screen. Now let's start here. We in Romans chapter 1 verse 18. God's wrath on the unrighteous. So what is the Most High showing here? Paul is going to eloquently put it together as to why people or individuals choose to be godless. And it's not like they don't know, because they do know. They have understanding of who he is, but they choose to walk the other way. Romans 1 verse 18, it says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness." That means you had an understanding of the truth of God. You know that he exists. You know right from wrong, but you choose to do your own thing. You're listening to this godless country. Because that which may be known of God is manifest in them. So your conscience bear record of your actions. We all have a conscience. That's what God created us all with. And what enhances that conscience is you being obedient to your mother and father. That's what enhances that consciousness that God gave you inherently to learn right from wrong. It only gets strengthened when your parents teach you right from wrong, and then you further it with the laws of God. Now it's complete. It says, because that which may be known of God is manifest in them, for God hath showed it unto them. You see? So nobody's without excuse. So this is why it's not a thing, oh, I didn't know better. Nah, you knew. You chose to ignore that voice that was telling you don't do it. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So we are without excuse. Even in creation, everything that God created, he created male and female, down to the very plants. That's how specific the Most High God is. When you look in the sky, the sun and the moon, the sun is masculine and the moon is feminine. The Most High clearly made us understand how it's supposed to be through his creation. Because that, when they knew God, they what? They glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their what? In their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. You see? So how they were being brought up to believe in God and fear God, they turned it off and followed their own vain imaginations. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, like a lot of the individuals that we've seen played in these videos today on this platform. They're professing themselves to be wise, like they know it all, like they know what it is to be a woman and they're a man. Right? Excusing bad behavior, and they're some so-called some kind of dating coach. We've seen it. Running for president, but you don't believe in Christ. You denounce him. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like unto corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. They rather give glory and honor to creation, to products of creation, rather than the Creator himself. Wherefore God also gave them up to what? Uncleanness. All right, you don't want to believe in me? Go ahead. Do your own filth. Do what you want to do. He gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshiped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections. Now we see how the world is becoming more and more godless. We see it. And it was like I said in the beginning, it was incremental how this society was able to do it, but God allowed it. Because you don't want to have a God for me. You want to put up a no God for me. All right. I'll give you up. I'll let your imaginations run wild till you destroy yourselves. For this cause God gave them up to vile affections. For even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one towards another. Men with men, working that which is unseemly. It is unseemly what we're seeing going on in this earth right now. It is unseemly to have a debate with a trans person and a actual woman. It is insane. But the Most High allows this. Which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which is not convenient. So now it makes sense to why they're so stuck in their ways, why they're so headstrong in their decisions that they do. They have been given a reprobate mind, where God has convinced them that, okay, yeah, what you believe is the truth, because you failed to follow what is the truth. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of what? Evil things. You're looking of more ways just to be wicked. Disobedient to parents. And you see, they cut off one of their primary sources that would help their conscience, that would help them filter out right from wrong. Because what? They are disobedient to parents. That is a clear sign of that. Without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, right? Unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. It's crystal clear, brothers and sisters. Crystal clear. Crystal clear. So now, for us, how do we continue? How do we continue in this untoward world? How do we see what's going on, what's happening, the progression of AI? That's another topic too I could talk about, but I'll leave that for another time. The progression of AI, robots, and all of these things. How are we to overcome all of this? Crystal clear. 2 Timothy 2 verse 1. Thou therefore, my son and daughters, be strong in the grace that is in Mashiach Yeshaya, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. Each one teach one. Thou therefore, what? Endure hardness as a good soldier of Yeshaya Mashiach. You know what that means, to endure hardness? That means we're all soldiers and we got to endure hardness. You got to go through the trials, the tribulations, everything that's happening on this earth. We got to go through it. We got to see it and don't even bat an eye. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. We all have been chosen, handpicked by Christ himself to be soldiers in his army. So we can't worry about what the world is doing. The world is on a highway to Sheol. 99 miles per hour, just going fast, zooming down the highway. We got to make sure we got our seatbelts on and make sure we got the eject button right there. Let it crash and burn. But we are not to entangle ourselves with these people. We have been chosen to be for Christ. That means we have to stand for him. It don't matter what they doing. It don't matter what your friends will say, let's go here, let's do this. Nah. You got to have that hard stance. You got to do it. You got to endure hardness. You got to be tough. You got to, and like the brother was saying, you got to take a stand. You got to take a stance for righteousness. No longer will we incentivize or glorify or grandize immorality. We not doing that no more. All right? So we got the tools. We got the tools, brothers and sisters. We got the tools. You just got to tap into them tools. All right? Trust me, this world is not what we thought it was growing up. This place where we live in right now is not what we thought it was. And they're proving it to us every day. They're showing to us from how they roll out these celebrities, these TV shows, what they're showing us through politics. They are telling you what their whole agenda is and who's it for. And it's not for the Most High God. Because they will think, let me put that up on the screen one last time, just in case y'all forgot. Put it in the screen for y'all one last time, just in case y'all forgot. Oh, what's that? What's that song? Y'all must have forgot. Right here. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Understand where you're living. Understand the time that we're living in. What's at stake, what's at hand, and what they're doing. It's all to wear you out mentally, to get you to become unbelievers, to join the godless army of this place. But, brothers and sisters, that's my time. I appreciate you guys for coming in.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience.
It was great. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Man, this was such a great topic, man. Like I said, I wish I could continue, and there's so much more like I could bring up. But listen, this was more than enough for now, right? But quick announcement, we will be bringing back the Young Men for Christ segment. That's in the work, so please, brothers and sisters, stay tuned for that. We'll be bringing back the Young Men for Christ segment. We have a great conversation coming up for y'all, which is definitely needed and definitely need to be spoken of. And it'll be here. It'll be posted right here on GOCC Media, right? No other platform. That's where you're gonna find it. So, brothers and sisters, we're coming into the Sabbath. Have a great preparation day tomorrow, and have a great Sabbath as well too, man. All right, high spirits, not low spirits. Be encouraged. Tomorrow's another day. All right, a just man falleth 7 times, but get up how many times? Right, we know the number. So just keep fighting, man. Keep fighting, my brothers and sisters. We are soldiers in the army of Christ. So with that being said, I love y'all. Bless y'all. Stay prayed up, sin not. Until we see Zion. And I'm out. Shalom.